All right, good morning, everybody. I got the lines muted and the call recorded here, and my name's Kirby, and I'm dialing in from Tennessee, where it's 21, I think, degrees this morning, but looking to get above freezing and get some of the snow out of here. We got quite a bit, and it's been quite a winter storm. Hope everybody is well, and thank you for dialing in to the Wake-Up Call. We do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 8:15 Central Time, a 15-minute inspirational call on a topic that hopefully will make a difference in your life and set your day off on the right foot. So today is a great chapter. I believe it's chapter 43. I'm not sure about that for sure, but I know it has to do with attitude. So with that, I'm going to introduce my wife of coming up on 41 years and the founder of the Wake Up Call. The person had the idea to get everybody up at 8:15 in the morning and talk for 15 minutes. So with that, I'll give the call to Miss Cindy Wright.
All right. Thank you, Kirby. And hey, everyone, welcome to the Wake Up Call. This is a great chapter, and I probably need it more than anybody. It's chapter 43 in the book Little Things Matter by Todd Smith, and it is called Attitude is a Choice. He says, Winston Churchill, one of the greatest influencers of attitude in the 20th century, said, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Your attitude is a powerful mindset affecting every part of your life, career, relationships, self-image, and even your health. Defined as a person's feeling or emotion toward a fact or situation, attitude is a person's mental outlook, one's temperament, mood, or viewpoint. We tend to think that there are only two kinds of attitudes, positive and negative, but truly there are many. Friendly or reserved, confident or insecure, cheerful or depressing, compassionate or callous, determined or indecisive, peaceful or destructive, appreciative or ungrateful are just a few examples. Aren't these all attitudes that are reflected through the tone of your voice, the expression on your face, your body language, and how you relate to and treat others? Attitude is a key component in defining one's personality. Your attitude affects how people see you, whether they like or dislike you, whether they want to be around you or avoid you, how they respond to you, and whether you gain or lose influence with them. Think of someone you know who always seems to have a good attitude. Is this someone you want, that you enjoy being around? Is this someone you would hire? Is this someone you would buy something from? Now think about someone who always seems to have a bad attitude. Is this someone you enjoy being around? Does this person give you energy or draw energy from you? If you were having a party, would you invite this person? How likely would you be to embrace any idea that comes his or her mouth? Your attitude is a choice, and that choice is completely within your control. Just know that your choice will make a big difference. The benefits of positive thinking and positive attitudes are well documented. Researchers have found that people with positive attitudes are happier, healthier, and live longer than those with negative attitudes. Do you need any more reason to do what it takes for you to control your attitude? I tell you, Kirby, I started this call because this is like 2012, because I had a bad attitude. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I picked up this book, and the first chapter in this book is actually on attitude. And it's called Attitude is, I think it says, I forget what it says. A New Attitude for a New Day is the first chapter of this book. And it was all about changing your attitude and understanding that it's a process. And, something that you can't change like instantly. I mean, yes, people can change it instantly, but for me, that wasn't happening because I was so miserable in the fact that we had just moved to Houston. I was 50 years old, had moved away from all my friends, and I was just a miserable person. I was so miserable, y'all, that I woke up every day with these massive headaches. And it was like I didn't know what it was. And, they were so bad that I ended up going to the doctor. I got an MRI. I got a CAT scan. I just trying to figure out what was wrong with me because I had these just terrible headaches. And when I started this call and started this book and started the process of changing my attitude, my headaches went away. They just went away. And so it was all about my attitude. My attitude was causing so much stress on my body that my head was absolutely feeling like it was going to explode every day. And there was never anything wrong with me with my head. It was totally my attitude, the way I was carrying myself. I was so depressed. And changing my attitude, did I ever learn to like Houston? Absolutely not. Still can't stand that place. But I did change my attitude and learn how to deal with it and, how to be happy anyway. And so anyway, I'll give it to you because Kirby has lots of thoughts on this because he is one of the ones that kept saying, you need to change your attitude. You need to change your attitude. Well, anyway, I'll let you talk about this, Kirby.
Well, you do have a nail in your head. Just inside joke, sorry. But, no, you did have a bad attitude. She was pretty miserable based on that. But Zig Ziglar said once, your attitude, not your aptitude, determines your altitude. So your altitude is determined by your attitude. And here's the most important part about this whole thing for me. This was an epiphany that changed my life. Years ago, I don't know when it happened, but I just realized that I had a choice. Okay, so it says attitude is a choice, and that's true. We have the ability to decide what kind of attitude that we want to have. So if we make a decision, like Cindy made a decision to change her attitude and have a better attitude, then everything changes. The whole, in her case, her physical condition, her headache went away. But just changing your attitude and making that decision. When I grew up in Tennessee, I didn't realize that I had a decision as to how I could, what my attitude was going to be. I thought it was just things happened and I responded and reacted, and I didn't think I had any choice. If it was bad, it was bad. There was no good side to it. But I learned to find the silver lining in every storm, to find the good in everything, and make sure that if the glass has any water in it, I'm focused on what's in it and not what's not in it. So if you don't recognize this, you don't realize this could be as big an epiphany for you as it was for me when I realized that it was up to me, and I had the choice to make, and I could make that decision, and by making that decision, my whole world could change if I decided that I wanted to have a good attitude. And so every day I try to do that. I'm not perfect at it, but I try to make sure that I'm making the right decision to have the right attitude no matter what's going on. And there's always a way to find the good in what's going on. So with that, Cindy, I know there's a challenge on this chapter today, and I'll hand it back to you, and then I'll close out the call.
Okay, yeah, his challenge, he says, expect things to get better. Look at your life with optimism and hope. When you expect things to go well, you will see opportunities you would otherwise miss. When you expect things to turn out poorly, you wouldn't see an opportunity if it hit you in the face. Obviously, there will be times in your life when it's very hard to have a positive attitude, but don't ever forget that you are the one in the driver's seat, and your emotions will go where you take them. Start paying attention to your attitude and keep it positive. The last thing he says, positive people have greater self-esteem, greater inner power and strength, and command more respect. You know, Monday we had a just beautiful snowstorm. I mean, it was just absolutely the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. I mean, truly. And I called my mother in the afternoon, and she goes, "This has just been the crappiest day." And I'm like, "Mom," I said, "you love the snow." I said, "This has been a beautiful day." But the whole thing is this is the first, she loves the snow, but this is her first time she has sat in her house by herself in the snow because my father passed away this year. He passed away last February. So she's sitting in there, you know, feeling sorry for herself, I'm sure, but everything is a first for her right now. You know, it's a first Christmas. It was his first the birthday without him, you know, Mother's Day without him, all of these things without him, Thanksgiving, you know, and New Year's and their wedding anniversary, and now a snowstorm. And as much as she loves snow, she just would not look at the positive of that. And I had to remind her, "Mom, you love snow. It's beautiful." And she goes, "Well, I know it's beautiful." But she just couldn't get past the fact that she was sitting in her house by herself. And so anyway, and that's what he said. He says, you know, that there will be times in your life when it's very hard to have a positive attitude. And right now for her, it's very hard on those days to have a positive attitude. But you need someone to sit there and encourage you and remind you that there is a positive side to everything. So anyway, that's all I've got, Kirby. You can close the call out.
All right, very good. So it's a choice, right? So make a choice today. Make a decision today to have a good attitude. Make a decision every day to have a good attitude. And as Cindy just said, for Mom especially, it's not always easy. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to make that. It's not that difficult to make the choice, but it's difficult to change that attitude. But as long as you understand that you have the ability and kind of the responsibility to make the right choice and decide what kind of attitude you're going to have, it's really up to you, and that's going to make a big difference in your day and your week and your life. So with that, let me push the magic buttons here, and we'll unmute.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank you so much.